We've gotten to March, and I'm already hearing Arsenal might go on to win the quad, Arsenal might go on to win the quad, And for me, I'll just say, let's take it one step at a time. One step at a time. One game at a time. Yes, there's a chance that Arsenal, Man City might go on to win the quadruple this season. But for me, I would say just take it one step at a time. And we've gotten into business end of the season. We're playing Leverkusen next in the Champions League. See that game? I've seen so many people actually, when the draws came out, people were saying Arsenal have got the easiest route to the finals of the Champions League. I hear you. I hear you. But in football is not mathematics, my brother. Football is not mathematics. I've watched football for a long time and I know when it looks easy, that's when it's more difficult. When it looks easy, that's when it's more difficult. I remember that season. That was 2004 season when everybody was tipping Arsenal to go on and win the Champions League that year. That was the year we went unbeaten. That was the season whereby most of the big guns were knocked out in the quarterfinals. Real Madrid was beaten by Monaco. Deportivo La Corona defeated AC Milan. At the time, Chelsea was not that great, but we lost to Chelsea. In the group stage, we defeated Inter Milan. That was when we defeated Inter Milan 5-1. And everyone was actually saying Arsenal might go on to win the Champions League this season with the way they were playing. And the way we were actually beating teams in the league at the time. That was when we went unbeaten. And the form of Thierry Henry and the likes, everyone felt like we were going to win the Champions League that year. I remember that correctly, vividly. I remember that, yeah. Everyone felt Arsenal were going to be the champions of Europe because we had Chelsea. And if we had beaten Chelsea, we would have gone on to play Monaco. We look easy on paper, but it's not easy. Football, it's not mathematics. At the end of the day, FC Porto won the Champions League that year. So, football is not mathematics. Even that Bordeaux glimpse that everybody's actually looking at. They've beaten Man City this season. They've beaten the big guns this season. They've beaten the big guns this season. I think they were the team that knocked Inter Milan out of the Champions League. So you don't write teams off like that. You don't write teams off in the Champions League. Champions League is although this season people will argue that the Champions League has not lived up to expectations because most of the Premier League teams have been beating everyone. Like they've been in control in every game they've played. Like Spurs, who would imagine that Spurs will finish in the top 8 of the Champions League? But when it gets to the knockout stage, it's different. When it gets to the knockout stage, it's different. That's why I won't write off Leverkusen. That Leverkusen team that we're playing next, they've beaten Manchester City at the Etihad this season. Although people will argue and say, yes, Man City used their second string team, yes, but they've beaten Manchester City. That's why I'm not writing off Bayer Leverkusen in this game. I feel like they're going to be a difficult one. We're going to Germany, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Arsenal over the years we've not find it easy playing in Germany. Actually, recently they were the champions of Germany, where they went unbeaten. But I think since then they've not been the same team since their manager left. Even before the manager left, they've not been the same team. But they still Bayer Leverkusen. You don't write them off. Then they can still come out and pull off something different. So you don't know what they've got up sleeves at the moment. Yeah, that game is going to be difficult, and Arsenal are back in the Champions League. We'll be playing against Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. This game is going to be difficult. I've heard so many people say rest Declan Rice. I've heard so many arguments of rest Declan Rice. Should we start some of our big players? Because some people are saying Everton is the bigger game. But for me, I feel like you need to play our big players into form. I know you say they are fatigued. They play a lot of games. But I feel like between now and the end of the season, the more games they play, the more fit and they make more confident they are between now and the end of the season. Although against Mansfield, we had a lot of injuries. Based on what we saw against Mansfield, we had so many injuries in that. Why the likes of Ricardo Calafiori, I don't know what's wrong with him. According to the news I saw on Twitter today, I saw I think he posted something that he's going to come back strong. But for those people causing Mikel Arteta saying that, just buying defenders. He knows what he has seen before he started buying defenders. Thank God we bought Piero Hincapié. If we had not bought Piero Hincapié, would have been in a very bad position at the moment. Although we got Miles Lewis-Kelly, but he's not been in good form this season as a defender, as a left back. But let's see what happens. Leandro Trossard also went down injured against Mansfield. I hope that's just a precaution. Leaded 11 for this game will be in goal, David Raya, centre back pair, Saliba. I saw pictures of him in training today, so I hope he's actually fit to play this one. So I'll go with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. Saliba has been out for 2 games now. I hope he's back for this one. And Gabriel was rested in the game against Mansfield. I hope he's actually had enough time to recover from the hectic fixtures we had over the past few games. And on the right hand side, I will go with Jurgen Timber. He came on in the second half for Ricardo Calafiori after that. He came on in the second half for Marley Salmons after he made that error. I think Mikel Arteta needed to change something just also win that game. He brought in Berejese and Jurgen Timber for that game. So Jurgen Timber looks fit. If he's fit, I know he's fit actually. So I'll go with Jurgen Timber on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I'll go Piero Hincapié. He has been one of the best players over the past 6-7 games. Since the start of January, he has been very good for us, and we hope he continues that form for us as well. And I'll be going Piero Hincapié. In front of them, I'll be going with Zubimendi and Declan Rice. In front of them, I'll go with Eberechi. And my front three will be Victor Gyökeres, Leandro Trossard if he's fit. If he's not fit, we'll have to go with Gabriel Martinelli. On the right hand side, I will go with Bukayo Saka. And that's my starting 11 for the game between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League, and hope we'll go on and win the game. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Come on, you Gunners.